Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. President Trump reveals he's taking a controversial drug to fend off COVID. Notre Dame will reopen. A judge in Oregon tosses the state's ban on religious gatherings. Mayor de Blasio says no parties for you on Memorial Day. China imposes new restrictions as infections rise in that country. Also ahead, how can President Trump win re-election? But first, the president confirming he's taking the malaria drug hydroxychloroquine to prevent COVID. Mr. Trump has been on the medication for about 10 days, he says. I take it. All I can tell you is, so far, I feel okay. The FDA fast-tracked the prescription earlier this year, but some doctors warn the drug can cause serious heart rhythm problems. Nancy Pelosi says the president is too fat to take the drug. Another example of how terrific our federal government is. A new study shows a third of Americans have rated their retirement savings to survive the pandemic. The average U.S. adult has withdrawn nearly $7,000 since March to pay the bills. The University of Notre Dame in Indiana says it will reopen its campus in August, a very good sign. A judge in Oregon declaring the governor's ban on religious services, quote, null and void. At least 10 churches sued the state, claiming the COVID shutdown was a violation of their First Amendment rights. Governor Kate Brown says she plans to take her case to the Oregon Supreme Court. New York's Mayor de Blasio vowing to keep the city shut down for Memorial Day weekend. The mayor authorizing the cops to physically remove people from the closed beaches, even take them out of the water. De Blasio, quote, there will be no swimming, no parties, no barbecues until later this summer, and even then, the mayor will not be invited. China unveiling new travel restrictions for the Northeast region. After infections of COVID jumped, the rules apply to more than 100 million people. During the height of the pandemic, the communist regime locked down 800 million, the biggest quarantine in human history. In a moment, how Donald Trump can win re-election. Right back. We are all using lots of hand sanitizer these days, but it can be hard to find. If you need a reliable hand sanitizer from a brand you can trust, I'd like to tell you about Real-Time Hand Sanitizer. Real-Time offers the best sanitizer I've ever used. It contains 70% alcohol, doesn't dry out my hands. Real-Time Hand Sanitizer and Skin Conditioner is infused with nature's ingredients, including aloe vera and vitamin E, conditioning your skin as it cleans. Real-Time Hand Sanitizer does not contain parabens, artificial dyes, or fragrances. Real-Time Sanitizer, formulated and packaged right here in the USA by the makers of Real-Time Pain Relief. Best of all, it's in stock right now. So for a limited time, you can save $5 on the 12-ounce bottle of Real-Time Hand Sanitizer when you use the coupon code BILL. Again, that's coupon code BILL. Please go to rtpr.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Will President Trump be reelected in November? It is now all about the contagion. You can throw out everything else. The American people are emotional after being locked down for 2 months. But the election hinges on whether the pandemic is under control in the fall, and if some sense of normalcy returns to this country. If that does not happen, Mr. Trump will likely lose because the country is so divided. In 2016, Hillary Clinton beat Mr. Trump in the popular vote by almost 3 million. That's because of the very liberal state of California, the biggest population center. In the Electoral College, Donald Trump won 304 votes, Hillary Clinton 227, so it wasn't close there. The president carried 30 states, Mrs. Clinton 20. Today, polls show Joe Biden defeating Donald Trump by a few percentage points, but those polls will be obsolete in about 20 minutes. Again, it all has to do with beating the virus and getting folks working. A new Harvard-Harris poll says 68% of Americans are concerned about reopening. 46% believe the president is handling the virus situation well. But as summer rolls in, that number will obviously change. Things have to improve or else. Donald Trump has an advantage because so far, Joe Biden has been a very weak candidate. Mr. Biden is holed up in his Delaware home. He has attempted to launch a podcast, but that has been a disaster. And I have to tell you, I don't know why. I do a podcast on BillO'Reilly.com 4 nights a week. I have a good staff, and we don't have any problem knocking out about 40 minutes a night. Joe Biden had a lot more resources than I have. He had a producer. He had a writer. He had a teleprompter. He had a battery of makeup people. He had almost everything that a major news operation would have in his basement. All he had to do was read words off a page, and he could not do it. There have been questions about Mr. Biden's mental acuity. Those questions are valid. He looks, in a word, befuddled. Mr. Biden also stands for what? He has changed his core positions on things like abortion, taxes, immigration. We really don't know where he's coming from. But we do know that he is running as a candidate who will return the administration of Barack Obama. And recently you saw President Obama himself start to get involved in the election. In order for Joe Biden to defeat Donald Trump, Barack Obama is going to have to be forefront. Now, in November, Donald Trump can win. But it's the virus he must beat, not the Democrats. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve the message by writing it. For more news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com for honest and incisive pandemic coverage. In a moment, something you might not know. It is no surprise that current events might be contributing to stress and sleep deprivation. Let Ebb help. Ebb is the first and only wearable, drug-free solution to calm and quiet your mind. Ebb applies precise and continuous cooling to your forehead, promoting the natural onset of sleep. Ebb Sleep is designed to work with your natural rhythms to allow you to get into a deep sleep more quickly. Ebb Sleep understands the uncertainty you may be experiencing and wants to help. My listeners can save $25 by using promo code BILL. Try Ebb risk-free 60 nights to confirm it's the solution you've been looking for. What a great deal. Please go to tryebb.com/Bill. Let Ebb help you get the sleep you need and remove any risk. That's tryebb.com/Bill. Try ebb.com/Bill. Get the sleep you need. Order today. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Online grocery shopping up 200% since March, but delivery services cannot keep up with demand. Folks looking to avoid the supermarkets during the shutdown are, at least some of them, turning to their own backyard. Growing pandemic gardens for fruits and vegetables. Here's what people are putting in the ground this spring. 33% of U.S. households will spend about $50 billion in total on lawn and gardening products. The most popular items, tomatoes, followed by cucumbers, carrots, green beans, and strawberries. Folks in Vermont, number one in the nation in planting, followed by Maine and Montana. Growers in California favor cauliflower. But don't tell Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez She thinks cauliflower is an example of, quote, colonial environmentalism, whatever that means. Gardening, also a great way to save money. $5 on seeds can save you $600 or more on produce each year if you buy it in these stores. A 300 square foot plot can provide a family of 4 with enough fruits and vegetables for an entire season. City dwellers also getting in on the gardening. 30% of Americans are bringing Mother Nature indoors. Sales hit $1.7 billion last year, people buying stuff to grow in a house. Residents in places like New York City use roofs, fire escapes, and other spaces to grow stuff. Doctors say the average American will gain anywhere between 10 and 20 pounds because of the shutdown. Your own garden is definitely a good way to avoid that. They call it the, quote, quarantine 15 pounds, that is. But folks feeling the need to seed may have to wait a while. Supplies are scant in the age of COVID. And here's something else you might not know. Americans have a long history of getting their hands dirty in times of crisis. During World War II, the government encouraged folks to plant victory gardens to supplement rations and boost morale. By 1943, there were 18 million new gardens across the USA. Back after this. Our world has changed when you venture outside. Face coverings are the new normal, and the kind of face covering you use matters. The Boomer Materials 30-day face coverings provide 92.2% antibacterial protection. It's comfortable, easy to breathe in, speak with, and comes in both adult and children's sizes. Not only are the Boomer Naturals face coverings highly rated, but they're affordable at less than 30 cents per day. These Boomer Natural face coverings can be used up to 30 days by hand washing them with soap and water. I recommend you order yours now at boomernaturals.com. Use code BILL20 at checkout. Save 20% every time you shop. Plus, get free shipping on orders more than $50. That's code BILL20 at boomernaturals.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.